Yo! Welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is December 4th, Sunday. Whole Sunday slew of football happened today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We also got the college football playoffs coming. We got our four teams is in the motherfucking dance. And yeah, so maybe we can get started on that. But wait, where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find your podcast needs. You can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, you can find latest updates of the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Famous. All right, yo. So this today at 12 o'clock, well, 11 o'clock, Central Standard Time, we found out the four teams that got to the college football playoff, and we're going to talk about them just a little bit. Let's just be real. Georgia's going to dominate. They have a 30-year-old playing against a bunch of kids, and he's just beating the shit out of them. That's pretty much what's going on at quarterback for Georgia. Let's just be real. Ohio State somehow got in by whatever curse they put on the USC and and just really USC losing got Ohio State into the playoff. Anything to keep Alabama from being there would be great. Okay, it was great. I mean, we're gonna have an SEC team in there no matter what, but as long as it's not Alabama, like it is almost every other fucking year, we're good. But I don't know how Ohio State got in. They figured it out. They gamed the system. No, I'm playing. They had a fantastic season. They were one of two other teams that had one loss. Everyone else behind them really had two losses. And really, Alabama didn't have the same resume that Ohio State had. Or really, TCU really just lost at the last part. I'm surprised that they allowed TCU in because normally they try to keep them out as much as they can. Like the Cincinnati team, the only reason why you can they were able to put Cincinnati and there was no really argument to put Cincinnati in the playoff is because they beat a big 12 team, big 12 team. So I mean it was justified. TCU should have won the Big 12 championship. Would have definitely bolstered their resume. But once again, they were 11 and 0 the whole entire year. You know, you can't really be mad at a team for losing their last game of the season when they got to the championship game and the other teams that's behind them didn't. So I see the justification finally having TCU in. Michigan looks just like a juggernauts also. Sorry. They look like second half juggernauts. Let's be Purdue was in there for the first half, and then once we hit that third quarter, Donovan Edwards apparently awakens. I don't know what happens, but like literally the first running of the second half was like 50 yards. And then the game just went like a fucking boulder going down a hill. It just gained speed and just never stopped. So I mean, Michigan definitely looks like the number two team in the nation. Um, I mean, it just looks like TCU is just a regular team. It just looks like they played in a down year of the Big 12, and they really, they had to come back almost every game this year. I mean, most of the games that they won, they did have to come back. But no matter, I mean, still they're 11 and 0. I mean, you live on that. I mean, they still were 11 and 1, and they living on the edge like that. Let's just be real. Georgia is like the NFL is an NFL team, and everybody else are really college teams. Let's just be real. If we're gonna be real about it, that I mean, and they might. The problem is this: is that Georgia might get overhyped, but they don't believe in their own hype. Like that's the crazy part about this team. They don't believe in it. Well, okay, cool. We're supposed to be really good, so we're really good. That's what we are. Why should we be excited or why should we be overconfident in that? Good. I like that mindset. I like that mindset in Georgia, man. I really do. It's like so. I think that I really think that this should be a fun playoff. I'm not going to make any predictions yet. I mean, that's New Year's Eve, baby. That's New Year's Eve bowls. Also the Orange Bowl. I just want to put this out there. Why the fuck would you put two teams that wear orange against each other in the Orange Bowl? That's the most dumbest fucking concept ever. I'm sorry, it's just dumb. Clemson, was it Clemson versus shit? No, it's not Texas. Clemson versus someone that wears orange. Who else wears orange? I will fucking goodness we got. Oh, it's just too much orange. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me try to figure this out because it's gonna bother me now. That is gonna bother me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I know it's another orange team. Not Carolina. What's the Orange Bowl? Yeah, let's just do Orange Bowl because that would be fucking smart. Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I'm just like, yo, this dumbest fucking concept. It's like, oh man, we're just gonna be like, all right, guys, we're gonna have the art Tennessee. That's what it was Tennessee. So Clemson versus Tennessee. They both wear practically orange. What the fuck are we doing? Oh, guys, it'd be a good concept. Have these two teams play in the Orange Bowl? What? This is stupid as fuck. Oh my gosh. All right, we're moving on. We gotta move on from it. We gotta move on from it from our top priority right now. Um Deion Sanders has decided to go to Colorado to take the coaching position at Colorado, which is a Pac-12 school. Now, on the surface, it's a great move. Hey, it's a great move. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not lie to ourselves. It's a great move for Deion Sanders in his coaching career in college football. Clearly, he's taking his son with him. Clearly, he should be taking Travis Hunter with him. So, here's my problem is that Travis Hunter was the number one recruit last year. He decided to go to the HBCU, which we all know doesn't have the same coverage. Not even they damn near or aren't even close to having the same coverage as any Division One school because it is a historically black college. So it makes sense that he would want to go to Colorado to get more exposure. Okay, that's cool. But my problem is this is that we keep this is where the fuck we get this is where things get messed up. What the hell? Okay. This is where things get fucked up to me. Is that we continuously say we want to build HBCUs. We want to man, we can make HBCUs into a powerhouse. Cool. Let's do that. Because like you said, Dion, most of the players that are on the teams are 70% black anyway. So why not get the best players to come to Jackson State like you just did? I don't get how we're supposed to have this exposure for HBCUs, but the first chance you get, you gone. And I watched a little press release with him and or not press release, but he had like a talk with the team. I guess maybe yesterday or day before, because we just finding out that he's become the coach of the team. He's pretty much telling these kids to pack their fucking bags. You're not gonna be on this team next year. I'm bringing mine with me. Why the fuck are you bringing them with you when you had them there? That's what I don't understand. We're talking about we're gonna build up black programs. We're gonna bring all this culture to the NCAA. We're gonna do this, that, and the third. Cool, let's do that. But once we start to get the exposure in HBCUs and we start to hit that tipping point, you gone? For real? You started getting a top prospect. You getting top prospects to go to HBCU. You to Jackson State, Jackson, Mississippi. You got the top prospect going to Jackson, Mississippi. That is not an understatement. So you think, in my opinion, you talk about, oh, well, I can make a change anywhere. You're not talking about any other coaches that before African American coaches have been fired in the NFL. Okay, but here's the problem: those 4 African American coaches should probably go to HBCU and coach. Build the fucking programs. But here's where we're at: is that yeah, that's cool. I'm happy that he chose to do the Colorado thing. But the thing that bothers me the most, it feels like he kind of fucking lied. And what should have been, yo, I mean, I want to build I want to build HBCUs. I'm going to make more. I want to have more, like the stadium's going to look better. The jersey's going to look better. We're going to have better facilities for these kids. Everything. You did all this shit. and then you're going to go. Why? It didn't make sense. Why would you? What was the plan? What was the plan? You know what I mean? Sherrod's a monster. He's a great player. He's going to be a very good player, especially in the Pac-12. This is not an understatement. These are good. This is good players. You know what I'm saying? Travis Hunter was a number 1 player for a fucking reason. The dude plays both sides of the ball at an elite level. He plays corner and wide out at elite levels. You know what I'm saying? But we're at a point now where you're getting the recruits. You're starting to get the exposure. Now, where's Jackson State going to go next year? Now you're taking their best players off of this team and taking them to Colorado. That is not an understatement, man. You're taking the best players from an HBCU and you're going to a division and you're going to Colorado. And I know everybody's happy. Oh, Colorado's, oh my goodness, we should be happy for them. No. Cool. Okay. But you took from the HBCU and went to the top. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? It's backwards from what you said. So when you sit around here and you talk about, man, I want to do this for my people, for the culture. I want to do this, that, and the third. What the fuck? This is what they've been doing for 100 years. They've been taking the best players from these schools and taking them to the Division 1 teams. What did we build? The fuck was that? Okay. What did we build here? Why did we build? What was the reason for it? You could have built this program up to be one of the best in the nation. You had it there. You had it. So now the recruits that you've been recruiting to go to Jackson State, now that all those are great recruits, they're going to try to go to Colorado. What? What did you do it for then? Why were you there then? If that was the goal, why did you say, I want to build these programs? These programs need to be built up. Why? Because you think it's just you that needs to build it up? It has to start somewhere. It has to start somewhere. And you were supposed to be the battery to go in there back. Now you're competing against those schools that need to build themselves. And right back to square one. Now the HBCU, right back to square one. Why? Because it was getting too easy to win. Okay. So what? Was it getting too easy? Or did you want more exposure for your son? But you see what I'm saying? The bullshit. Let's be real. If y'all see Sherrod's numbers, Sherrod is a Heisman candidate at any school in the nation, in the Division I nation. Sherrod Sanders would be a Heisman Trophy candidate. Now the problem is that he plays in the SWAC, so doesn't get the exposure. Okay, if that was the goal, tell us that's the goal. Instead of faking like you want to build these programs up. Because to me, that sounds fake. That's fake to me. That bothers me a lot. It really does. It bothers me because you had a chance to do something that most people can't do. And you were bringing exposure to historical Black college football programs instead of a fucking band. Now we're back to the band is the showcase. They literally made a movie about the drum lines and didn't even showcase any of the football. The football games that go on for Battle of the Bands. And now we're at a point now where we're back to that shit. Now we're band schools again. Now historical Black colleges band schools again. Now the big recruits that were going to go to historical Black colleges, now they're going to go to these D1 because clearly that's the only way I'm going to get exposure now. I remember hearing a story where like Dwayne Wade, LeBron, son, like all their sons were talking about going to HBCUs. All of them were talking about it. What happened to that? Because they're not getting the big exposure from if you're a great player, you're going to get found, in my opinion. If you're that good, like Malik Willis played for fucking Liberty. Let's be real for a minute. It's Liberty. It's in the middle of fucking Virginia. So I'm trying to understand what was the point. Why did you come out here and you talk about that you wanted to do this thing for the culture, you wanted to build up these programs, and then you just dip. You're like the dad that goes out and says, hey son, I'm gonna go get cigarettes and never come back. But you had a good life here. You was providing, you were doing everything possible, everybody was eating, and then you just dip out of nowhere. When I heard that he was like, when they approached him about it, I was like, he ain't leaving. He said he ain't gonna leave. He said he wants to build these programs. And I believed it. I was bamboozled. That's how I felt, bamboozled. And then you try to go and talk about how all these other coaches got fired. Nah, motherfucker, you should have stayed where you was at because you're the one that talked about this. We're not mad. I'm not mad that he took the job. I'm mad that I felt lied to. Because I'm sitting here following HBCU football now. I ain't never do that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never do that because they didn't have the players. They didn't have the good players. The best players went to Alabama, Georgia. The Travis Hunters of the world went to Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, fucking Michigan, Ohio State. That's where they all went. Not Jackson State University. They're not going to Jackson, Mississippi. So that's what I'm trying to understand. Like, you had the formula. Why quit on it? Because that's what you did. What happened? So it bothers me. It bothers me a lot. I mean, like, congratulations. Congratulations. You got your team. You got what you needed to get out of the historical black colleges, I guess. You got, I don't know what it was, but you got it. You know, and now you're at Colorado. What fucking difference you're gonna make there for historical black colleges? What are you? What's the difference here? You didn't make the difference here. So where's it at? Stupid, man. It's just like don't lie to us. Just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, other candidates. No, you know other candidates. Other candidates aren't Deion Sanders. That let's be real. Not any other coaching candidate is named Deion Sanders and can get a number one recruit to go in the middle of fucking nowhere and play football. So that's just where this is really what this episode's about. I'm sorry, Deion. Sorry, Sherrod. You, like I said, man, like the numbers Sherrod put up were fucking Heisman worthy numbers. And we're over here, you know, like, what the fuck, man? You know? Man, you know, so I guess that's the end of HBCUs, because that's the end of that. Because that like, how are you going to build from the outside? What recruits? It's just stupid. It's dumb. How are you changing it from the outside if you're taking the best players? I don't fucking understand it. I don't understand it. I don't get it, man. I don't know, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That press conference with those kids at Colorado, though, that was the coldest shit I ever watched in my life, man. That shit is cold, man. And he don't curse either, so it's even worse to me because it's like it's just it was cold. Like, hey, and then had them repeating after him. I'm gonna have players that's gonna come out here with toughness. What the fuck? He had to repeat it. Like, what? I said, this shit is cold. You telling the kids to go? He said, the earlier you go into the transfer portal, the more room you make on this team because I'm bringing people with me. You strip. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. So how are you helping HBCUs? Please allow me to understand that. I would love to understand this shit. I would love it to be explained to me how the best players from historical black college is improving historical black colleges for football program. Sorry, for the football program, of course. So the historical black college players that you are taking away, how are they improving historical black college football programs? How the fuck does that work? Does that work for anyone else? The fuck are we doing here, man? The fuck are we doing here? Like, now you need a high profile player like a Bronny James, like a Zaire Wade, like a DJ Wagner, somebody like that from the basketball realm to go to one of these schools, because that's pretty much where we're at now. Because you had, I mean, what the fuck, man? Ugh, it bothers me. It bothers me so fucking much. I don't even cheer. I don't cheer for Deion Sanders. I understand what y'all he was a fucking Dallas Cowboy. Why the fuck am I sitting here hyped for Deion Sanders? Because I'm like, he's doing something for us. And then he said, fuck y'all. There's more money and there's more exposure for my kid at fucking University of Colorado. University of Colorado. Colorado. I'm saying this shit wrong. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, motherfuckers go to Boulder, Colorado, man. They all understand how fucking backwards this shit is. Ain't even black people. Well, how many black people live in fucking Colorado? Let's be real for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I wouldn't want to move there. Why the fuck would I want to play football there in November? It's cold as shit. Like, I'd rather play in Jackson, Mississippi than this bullshit. What the fuck are we doing there? Oh, God. Oh, fuck me, man. I'm just so, it bothers me. It just bothers me, man. It bothers me because it seems like this is what black people do all the fucking time. Is that we have a chance to do something big for ourselves, and then boom, it's taken away just like that. Fuck, man. So, so this is very negative, fucking negative shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. So I watched the final episodes of Manifest, seeing talk about something that's also depressing. Watched the final couple episodes of Manifest. Let's be real for 10 seconds. They still haven't really fully explained what the fuck happened to these people by the end of the first season. Now, and I guess you know it's not supposed to be fully explained because they're expecting to have multiple seasons of this. I just want to understand why they're having these callings. I just that's all I really need. Now to know that they have an expiration date. Sorry, this is probably spoiler. I fucked y'all up on this one. Sorry, that's on me. I should have said spoiler, but now I did. So your fault. Show came out like 5 years ago. Um, sorry. No, I'm just sorry. Sorry. Listen, I'm sorry that I spoiled it. Kind of. I'm gonna put a spoiler warning on here. I don't know how much time. I'm not gonna put a timestamp because I really don't remember and I won't. So with that, um, manifests. Now we know that there's an expiration date. So the people were, and I'm glad. What's crazy is that they put an actual number on how long they've been gone. You know what I'm saying? So they've been gone since. I mean, they were gone for 5.5 years. It's literally to the T. That's what they were telling. That's what the head of the NSA said it. Now, well, these people have been gone for 5.5 years. Shit. So they only have 5.5 years to live. So something happened in that storm that's not being told. And I also think the pilot and the scientist lady went forward in time also. Um, because we found out that, you know, the way we found out was the criminal dove a armored truck into the water, and he should have died of drowning, but he didn't. And he was underwater apparently for 82 minutes and 82 minutes, no, 82 hours and 82 and 8 minutes. 82 hours and 8 minutes. That's what it was because the flight was called 828. So he came back, you know, he lived his life for 82 and 7.5 minutes of great living. He looked it like motherfucker looked like he had on a nice little pea coat. Motherfucker looked like he was, you know, first of all, he had to fight off a murder case and also save like a bunch of people from a bomb. After him saving a bunch of people from the bomb, you know what I'm saying? He's like, look, man, I'm about to use this collie, get my shit right, man. I'm about to be the man of this motherfucker. I'm barely gonna save lives. Here's what I want to do. I want to use this to make some more money off y'all asses without having to rob a fucking bank. Motherfucker look dapper and everything. He's gonna go on TV, tell everybody about the callings, and then as soon as that 8 minute hit, he started throwing. He started out of every orifice. Water started coming out, and he died of drowning on dry fucking land. So that's how we found out that there is a expiration date to this fucking manifest shit. So 5.5 years is it. And also, we found out that Grace is pregnant with not Ben's child. Clearly not Ben's child. It's Danny's kid. Fuck, man. The sexy Puerto Rican will be back. That's just where we're at with it, man. Hey, not on duty, by the way. Not on duty. We just know that, that's just the suave Puerto Rican will be back as dad now, as the real dad this time. So there we go with that. You know what? If I was Ben, I'd be petty. Since you wanted to think that you was going to decide to be my daughter's child, your son or daughter is mine now. That's my child now. That's how I feel about it. I'd be like, look, since you wanted to steal my kid away, since they were gonna call you when they get arrested by the cops, this motherfucker gonna call me when they get arrested by the cops. Hopefully they don't. You know what? I'm gonna raise them better to not shoplift. How about that? They'll never shoplift. They're gonna say Dad Ben is the one that did it. He's the one that made sure I didn't. So that's what it is. First time the kid gets out of line, man, gotta give him the belt. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure I ain't Danny. I'm not Danny. I'm not sexy Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? That's not who I am. Game time, homie. Belt time. Start going. Still if you want. Steal that shit if you want to. Shit. I got 5.5 years, motherfucker. Nah, man, Manifest, man, it's a weird show. That's just what it is. It's just a weird twist and turns to everything about this show. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish they gave us more fucking info. I think they revealed the major a little too early also. They also revealed the major in like the most non-ceremonious way and was like, okay, so this is the major. Okay. Just like a random scene where she's just talking on the phone and then they show her face. Like the whole time they never show her face and then they'd be like, yeah, here's yeah, this is the major. I'm living here. This is where I want to move. Like, what the fuck is this? This is the most like unceremonious scene ever. Like, I'm not even like shocked by this. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So that's the major. I guess you're not cool. Like it says you don't deserve a cool entrance. This is stupid. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. And then yeah, now she is the psychiatrist of the doctor. Shavi. I forgot how to say her name. I'm sorry. She's fine as shit though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I should probably know her name. But yeah, man, I think she's the finest one on the show. Let's just be real. Okay, we're gonna be real about everything. Let's be real about everything. Like she's the finest one on the show, and Ben should be with her, not with Grace. Sorry, Grace is just too wishy-washy for me as a wife. Sorry, this is where we're at with it. I don't care. All right. I feel like she is blinded by the dickness of the Puerto Rican guy, Danny. You know what I'm saying? Of Danny. I feel like that's what it is. She's still blinded by it. I mean, it's cool. You went ethnic. Ben's the white guy. He's gonna you'll have some bland food. And he seems like one of those. He seems like a conspiracy theory type dude. Danny's just a straightforward Hispanic feller that likes to fucking climb walls. If you know what I mean, and in both ways, if you know what I mean. No, okay, cool. All right, so with that, I would like to say, I love you guys. All right, so tomorrow it's going to be, we're going to have an episode tomorrow for sure. It's going to be the origins of Christmas, where came through. I mean, came about, how it came about, why we have a Christmas tree, why we have a Santa Claus. Or should I just do an origin should we just do an origin week? Okay, we'll figure this out. Probably origin Christmas though first. Could be like a cruising around the world kind of if you guys are privy to that type of thing. So with that, I would like to say, love you guys. Oh shit. I love you guys. I hope everybody's being safe out there. Hopefully you guys aren't spending too much fucking money on whatever fuck you're spending it on. But no, seriously, hopefully you guys are hugging your loved ones, sitting around the fireplace and watching fantastic movies and having fun with your family members, having great, genuine, quality family time. Um, you know, some people want to take that away from you, but don't let them. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I would like to say, I love you guys. I want everybody to stay safe out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Oh, fuck. Almost fucked this up. So where you can find the Cruising Podcast one more time is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find your podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find the latest updates of the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown. Oh, one more thing. Sorry. Also, please make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube at Cruising Podcast, of course. Also, please make sure that you leave a rate and a review on Apple Podcasts. Also, please leave a rate and review on Spotify if you're listening to there also. Or anywhere, for real, anywhere you have the podcast, anywhere you see the podcast, please, 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 please leave a rating and review. I'll start reading them motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start reading them on air. If you leave them, you leave them, I'll read them. If ands or buts, there ain't no if ands buts about it. Good and bad. We're gonna read them motherfuckers. Now, will I say some shit back if you talking some shit? Hell yeah, damn right I will. I'm gonna talk my shit because that's what I do. So with that, I love you guys. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Catch you guys later. Deuces.